All right. Damn, I have a phone. Let's see. Can I hear me though? YouTube. YouTube, man. All right, let's see what we got here. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Cool. So I can hear myself. Give me 1 second. I gotta get my dog. She just literally started barking as soon as I was about to get into it. But all right, be right back. What's really good, LeSBP Trading Familia. Buenos dias, bonjour, bom dia, salvona, good nava, kamawa, masakea, up top. Thank you all for tuning in. I actually don't think I've done that in the last few videos. But either way, what are we doing right now? We're about to go over today's trades really quickly. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. We did actually come out with a winner, so I am definitely happy about that. If you caught this morning stream, you'll know that I'm still working on myself. I'm really still working on myself. I called it out perfectly. It hit exactly where I needed it to, which would have been about $152, I think it was. I'll have to go back and watch the stream myself, to be honest. But I was saying, oh yeah, we're going for this area. It's going to be about 150 bucks. I honestly at first didn't think it was going to make it there, but I was like, well, we have 4 different areas of interest today, so it could possibly whatever, blah blah blah. But I just don't want to overshoot. All right, so don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to overshoot. And if you got some good profits, going ahead and taking those profits. But at the same time, I knew what I was looking for, and that's the problem. I just went against what I was looking for. And I kind of went against, the strategy in general because the strategy is supposed to be holding it to a certain point, which we didn't do that either anyways. So yeah, kind of just went against myself twice today. But I mean, one of them actually ended up being good because if I had gone for the whole day, the market would have come back pretty heavily. So either way, let's jump right into it. My chart is a little cluttered. I apologize. I don't usually have this much information on my chart. And when I say information, I mean all these lines and stuff like that. But we do have a reason for it. And like I said, if you caught this morning stream, you'll kind of know I gave a little bit of update on what I'm looking for here. So the white, black, and black lines there, those are all volume lines. Those are lines for me to kind of tell where volume had kind of kicked in really heavily, pushing the market, whether it be up or down. And I usually just get that literally from the volume indicator. It's not me trying to say, oh, that candle looks really big, so I'm putting that line there. It's literally from the volume indicator. And yeah, that's how I like to end up jotting those down. As you can see, we have 4 purple lines and this yellow box. So the yellow box kind of signifies a support resistance area that I was looking at. The purple lines only signify an area of interest that I was thinking about. So this morning, like I said, if you caught the stream, I think we were just about to get into this trade. I don't know if we got into it yet, or maybe we had already just gotten into it. But either way, if you caught the stream, you would have saw that I was talking about this volume, this area of interest, me looking for the market to head down to those areas. It just wasn't, I honestly didn't think it was just going to happen that quickly though. So we jumped into this trade at about 9:21. Let me, hold on, I gotta log in. I just realized I wasn't logged in. Why am I not logged in? All right, we're gonna go ahead and log into the website and into the TradeStation panel on TradingView. I just don't want y'all to see my passwords. So as you can see down here, history, I would like to see the filled. And basically we jumped to this sell relatively, to me, I felt it was relatively late. Oh my gosh, there's also another thing that I'll talk about in a second, but we jumped to this trade at about 9:21. If you saw this morning stream, I was talking about trades that I wanted to jump into earlier than this. There were about 2 other trades before this one. There was a buy position right here, and there was also a sell position that we did not get to jump into. Now, like I said, I'll explain that in a second. But we found this nice sell position right here. We sold at 6153.0, so actually a tick lower than that. And then we got out at 6131.5. So 61, that should be right here, 6131.5. Yeah, cool. And that was, I don't even know how many pips that is. That is 21.5 pips, which is really good. As you can see, we got $106.50 out of the market today. It made up for basically Friday. Not that that matters, but it made up for the Friday loss that we had. Because we ended up losing $100 on Friday. Technically, well, yeah, technically we did. Yeah, we lost $100 on Friday. Let's just say that. Lost $100 on Friday. But either way, this trade was really decent. Really decent trade. There were 2 trades before it, like I said. 2 trades that we could not get into, and I want to caveat to that. The reason why we couldn't get into those 2 trades, which I found out, I don't know if I found out while on the stream or later after the stream, but when I was looking down at the additional notes for clients using the reduced intraday margin, which is what we're using, because right now we don't have $1,600. We have 100. We have we have 444, which is way below. It's like 3 times as low, or 3 times lower than the required margin size, that bigger margin. So we're using the reduced intraday margin rate. If you're using that, which I hadn't read before, I think I did read it earlier this morning, but I had realized, well, if you're using that, the day trade rate is valid from 9 to 4. So I'm only technically, while I have under, oh, what's up, King? While I have under 1,000, what was I about to say? While I have under this $1,669, I have to use the reduced intraday margin rate from 9 to 4. So when I tried to trade earlier than 9 o'clock this morning, when I tried to trade at 8 on that morning session, I told you I tried to trade at 7, I tried to trade at 8. Those trades did not go through because I have that reduced rate. I'm using that reduced rate. So when I got into this trade after 9 at 9:22, it allowed me to get into this trade, which was fantastic because once again, those 2 trades previous to that, this one and this one broke even, and the one previous to that actually lost. It immediately lost. So we ended up getting $106.50 today. Not mad about it at all. That brought us from a lot of y'all, so I'm gonna just go back to the numbers. That brought us from 338 to 444. Yeah, 444 and 87 cents. So that actually took us from our loss that we had on Friday and brought us back up to the point where we're now just $6 positive. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I'm just glad we came back. Tomorrow is not really a good day for me. I don't really trade well during FOMC meeting minutes, so I might not trade tomorrow. And then Flash Manufacturing PMI along with Flash Services PMI, not really a great day for me as well. So I might not trade on Wednesday or Friday. Unemployment claim is not really a bad day, but to me, I feel like in between these 2 days, it could be relatively choppy. Now, FOMC meeting minutes, it's not bad after the news. So maybe I'll trade after the news. But before, it just seems like a relatively choppy ass day. I don't know why, but and then we have President Trump speaking at 9 p.m. tonight. Not really sure what that's about, but He's going to be speaking tonight at 9 p.m. So we'll have to see what happens after that. But as for now, I know that I'm only supposed to be trading from 9 to 4. So I can't even do my evening trading anyways. And that's Monday through Friday. So I'm just going to leave it alone. We'll come back, and if we can trade anything between 9 to 4, I'm with it. If we don't get any trades between 9 to 4, my normal trading time frame was about 7 a.m. till 4. But 9 to 4 is totally fine with me. So we'll see what we can get. And yeah, that's really about it. Sorry for the kind of cluttered chart. Like I said, it's not really what I like to look at and do, but yeah. Over here, there was a trade that we had to the right that would have been a buy position, but it was too late in the day. The trade started at like 350. Yeah, it's like 355 or 356. So I was like, yeah, I'm not even. It's funny because I was like, yeah, I'm not even going to get into that because we got to be out of everything by 4. And literally within like 3 minutes, it went up almost 10 pips, which would have been like $50. So, but I had 2 notes jotted down. That's the last thing I'm going to read. So I said on this first note, I said we almost messed up because, oh, yeah, I was almost being greedy earlier today, but it was for a particular reason. I had an area of interest that I was interested in. Shouldn't say it like that, but I had an area of interest that I was targeting, and this is what I wanted to go for. Well, it actually met that damn near exactly. So if you caught this morning stream, I literally was talking about this area being the area where I wanted to get out at, and I just felt like, I don't know, by the time it got here at about 10 o'clock, I was like, man, this moves so fast, it'd be stupid of me not to get out. But to be honest, I should have just stuck with what I was going to do. Now, the only problem is, according to my strategy, we're supposed to hold everything until 4 p.m. So there is also that part of the strategy, which I probably need to now fix now that I know that 4 p.m. everything kind of needs to be closed according to the amount of margin that I have. So I said this at about 10 o'clock, which was a little bit right after this trade. I wrote this down at 10 o'clock. Now, coming over to 1300, this will be the last thing we read, that I'm going for the day. But coming to about 1300, I said I don't currently have a reentry process, but I wanted to get back in here. I wonder if this would have played out well. So literally on this candle right here at 1318, I was looking at it because it came back down below this area of interest and below this support resistance area. It was a little bit above the area where I closed out earlier. And I was like, well, if I can get back into that, I can get the 30, 40, 50 bucks that I missed out on. But because of how that sounded in my head, I said, you know what? I'm not trying to act like the market owes me anything. You know what I mean? Like, I got money, I got profit. Let's get out. We're done for the day. So I said that, all right, you know what? Cool. We're done for the day. We're good. Let me just go ahead and get out of here. I did not take the trade, but I did write down a note exactly where I would have gotten in that. Excuse me. And it looks like it would have played out beautifully. We would have got the little 10 to 15 pips, and hopefully we would have gotten out of this instead of being greedy. But like I said, since I felt like I was already going to be greedy earlier in the day, I didn't even want to mess with it. So I left it alone. I'm glad I did, because as you can see, the market slightly turned around. It presented another trade, which would have been a buy position instead, and it would have ended up pretty much, I think that's only about 10 pips. I think pretty much only about 10. Yeah, not even that, like 8 pips. So there's 2 good things there. One, I wasn't greedy, and on the first trade or the second opportunity that I saw in order to get back in that sell position. But 3, I wasn't greedy to hold the trade the whole day like I was technically supposed to, holding it until 4 p.m. where it would have went way back up here and we would have gotten 8 pips out of 20. That really would have pissed me off. But either way, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Hopefully you have a good day. I should be streaming tomorrow as well, tomorrow morning. I probably won't start streaming before 9 a.m. Eastern, since I know I can't trade anyways now, until 9 a.m. at least. So yeah, I'll probably trade 9 a.m., maybe 10, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Other than that, pretty sure that's all I got. So thanks. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, King. Hopefully you have a good day as well. All right. Peace. Da, da, da.